Hi guys, welcome back to the next part of the video, and this evening I'm going to be fitting this bash bar, chassis bash bar from Radical RC, and I'm going to attach this to my Armour Kraton EXB. So with this comes 4 screws. Let's turn this over. So we've got all the screws needed. So we've got 4 screws, replacement screws for here, 1 for there, which goes into the chassis brace, another one there for the chassis brace, another 4 that go under there, and it also comes with 2 screws with like a plastic spacer, as you can see there, plastic spacer, and that will go either side there to space that out and hold that where it should be. So I'm going to zip these off, and then we're going to have a look at fitting it all on.
I'll leave one in there for a minute.
Now off screen, this one here, it had the original thread lock in there from Armour, which was super tough, so I did put the soldering iron on it, just loosen it off, nip it up, just to save a bit of time.
So I'll keep these in their own little bundles so I know where they come from, in case I do need to put them back at all.
I believe there is another 2 on the top there that need to be undone, which there is. The EXB is held on from the top as well.
Let's try this in there first. A little bit of grip. Pass that one out. Unlike the other Kraton bumpers, this has 2 going in the top as well here.
So that's ready to come off. And that's that. We'll put that to one side. Actually, while I've got this up this end, the back end's all loose. The 2 nuts there. I've got an M2C. Oh, wrong one. Oh. No, not M2C.
That's M2C. Yeah, skip that on the back. So I'll do this and all the back end falls apart. Zip one nut. And a bolt. Put this other one off. There's that one. Put that one out. Go there. Try and hold this together.
And here we've got the last one to come out the back. Whoop, there we go, it's all going to fall apart. So this would be a good time to get a little bit of tissue or a cloth, which I have just here. We'll give this a nice little wipe up under there. Clean out any muck. Pop that to one side. Right, I'm just going to move this over so that it can rest against the wall. First what I might do is lay it on its top. Right, so they're out. Just that end to take out. take the bar. Everything lines up where it's supposed to be. So that's good. Nice and meaty. Now I do want to put this back on here. I want to retain that because I've got this rear skid plate. Now if I can get that to go on there as well, which I'll have a look at. Let's get some screws back in it first. Get this thing held back down. Just make sure the centre drive shaft and that's all in there first. That's it. Make sure everything is where it's meant to be. Pick up one of the screws, comes with the kit. We'll buzz that in. Don't want to go all the way down with this, just so it nips.
So again, it's plastic, so I don't want that to go biting right down. See if this is still in place. Oh. Pick up this one. That's going into the front cross brace. And I've got the original one for the middle there. I'm going to stick with that original one because it's so much longer. In fact, I'll make sure that's back in position. I can see that through there. That's it. That one's there. 4 more in the front. Just pop these loosely in. Hear that biting down.
So I've got 2 more to go in there, and then 2 more to go either there or there. So, right, let's have a quick look. Let's do these other bits up by hand. Actually buzz that one in a little bit more with this. That's it. Take this one down a tad. Those just nips in there to the final. That's it. Don't want to go too crazy, too Arnold Schwarzenegger on these because they'll go into plastic. But first glance, the fitment is perfect, which I wouldn't expect anything else. This one I might take back out and just put a nib of thread lock on there. Just nip these 2 up. Right, we'll just buzz these in quickly. Just to show you the finish. So that's the bash bar on there. Oh, I've got to undo the back anyway. Look, as you can see, the drive shaft did pop out. I didn't get it back in. Silly me. Anyway, that's on there. I've got to take that back off because I want to attempt to put the other part on. So what I've got to do now is put the front bumper on. So let's just give the underneath a little wipe. Get the muck from out of there. It's always good while it's off to take the opportunity to do so. Now that goes back on. I use the originals. Original screws in there. Let's get them two back ones in. Now these got a little plastic spacer, so I'm guessing that's what they're for. Plus they're the same size screw head. Let's line that up. Start this off by hand, I think.
It goes in, let's grab the other one. Obviously the other side. So we go around on me. Well, I might do. Okay, pliers. Just grip it like that. Look underneath. You do have to pull the bumper back a little bit in order to get this on. Let's get these lined up. See there now. Do this other side up.
I might take a look and see if there's, mind you, these are longer screws, so it should be right. That's gone in. Let's pop these other screws back in the front. One. Two. I'll flip this over quickly. And then we'll zip these two screws in the top just to make sure everything's lined up before I tighten it all down.
There's one. And two.
And these bumpers are really, really good. I have managed to rip it off once already, and it did pull through. And to get a new bumper, you need to wait till about February. So it's a bit of a nightmare trying to get hold of these bumpers for these. So I'm still using the original one. Some of the screw bits there are a little bit worn, but it'll be alright. Working for now. Just nip these down. Now these two outer ones, you can actually put a thread all the way through and nut it from the top, and that will give them a real good, you know, purchase on there and stop it from ripping off, hopefully. So it might be something I'll have a look at, but for now, that is what it looks like. So that's on there. My chassis was nice and straight anyway. That's on there, and I'm going to see if I can get. I'm going to see if I can get this on there, and it shouldn't sit down too far. It's only a little bit more, but we'll give that a go. I'll have a little play around. So I'll try that off screen. Right, so off camera, I had a look at this and trying to get this to go on there. There wasn't enough thread on the bolts really to get enough purchase on there, so I left that off. I might have a look and see if I can get 4 other bolts. They got a little bit more thread on them just to get in there, but I did manage to get this rear guard on, so it kind of pinched in and squashed in there, and it's gone quite nice. So that's still on there. Got a bar, it's on there. Radical RC UK. So that's the EXB. So we'll give that a test. As soon as we can get out, take the car out for a blast. We'll give it a bash in and see how well it does. Right, next, let's put the other one on the Notorious. Right, welcome back, guys. Now I'm going to make a start on my Notorious. I've already done a few good upgrades to this. Custom RC rear towers, custom RC hinge pin, front and rear hinge pin lower. Uprated the strut braces, they're custom RC as well. I've got an M2C rear brace going up here, tower brace. Got the M2C standoffs. On the front I've got the custom RC front tower, front and rear lower hinge pin holders, and also M2C standoffs again. I've also put the Creighton front bumper on here, and I did actually put the original one that I got with the car. I've attached that to it just to give it a bit more, something else to kind of bash on there too. This is also running a Max 6, but it's got the Max 8 2050 kV motor in there with a Max 6 ESC, because I was running this on a 17 tooth pinion and it was getting a bit warm. So on the Max 5, on the Max 8. So now I put the Max 6 in there. Don't get any heating issues whatsoever, but I get a lot more grunt, a lot more torque, and that's with a 15 tooth pinion. So I'm thinking of putting the 17 back in there now that it's running cooler, and we'll give it another try and see what that goes like. Right, on to the bottom of this one then. So a little bit easier, this one. Let's get that to stand up there. But where I put it for a minute, put it out of the way. Right, so this is the other brace. And again, looking super nice. Really liking these. It's going to go on there like that. So I've already removed the screws for the centre braces and taken the one out here for this skid plate. So all I've got to do now is buzz those four out, and it should be a case of putting it on. So I think what I'll do is I'll turn it over. Let's do this upside down, so hopefully everything stays in place.
I'll do that. Oh, let's try the right sides. Let's try again. Back out.
Cool. Right, so I've got a bag, another little bag of screws. So let's whip these ones out. And let's start sticking them back in. bumper on the front, didn't I? Right, and there we go, guys. That is the Radical RC bash bar. Look at that. Goes on there. So nice and easy to fit. Doesn't take very long at all. And we'll get it out. We'll do another review on that and see how well they do. So far, from what I've seen on videos, they go really well. They last really well. I haven't seen one bend yet. So that's it. We'll put it to the test and we'll do a video review on it, on both of them, and see how they go. Right, thanks again to Radical RC for those, and I'll catch you in the next video.